Ramba kacela ukuan rat ke sangma mentakasngi ulaple ya kajingi mir jingmut halor kapang Universalizing Community-Led Natural Resources Management in Meghalaya State Convention Center Shillong. Hakani kasngi lay don rengkat umitri kam District Council Affair uba lakamen rembui bat ka Chief Secretary ka Meghalaya kakong RV Suchiang. Haba kerana ketika jingi mir jingmut ukuan rat ke sangma ulapan sngau halor kajing kelas sendet ka mariang kepala ktah ya kajing im jong khunbynriew. Menteri rangba ulakon turu ya kipat ba nong shong shnong makin ya say lut laki but kibor banile persya ya kajing kelas sendet jong kamay mariang. Nang ta ula ongru bahakan ni kapor ba khunbynriew ya le ban pendap penbiang uday ban petru ba kata ka jingkyntiew ya karoy kapar kam daipat ban kata ya kamariang.
That we need to involve the community in every way possible. And I'm very happy to see that today there were many people from the community who have shown their interest and have really worked hard at the grassroots level. We need to ensure that this is replicated in many ways, and we bring out different agencies. And this is where I remember the speech that was given by some individual, where she mentioned that even if you cannot do anything for climate change, even if you feel you're not being able to do anything, just talk about it. Just talk about it wherever you go. And you are doing at least that 0.1% contribution to what climate change is about. The moment we start talking about it, it becomes, again, it becomes something we start getting involved in. Let children talk about it. Let, people who are into, tourism, you talk about it. People who are into different sectors should talk about it. Officers should talk about it. If we as a society start talking about climate change, we will realize that the importance of it. We'll realize that we all have a role to play. And even small things we do in our daily lives will make a huge difference to what's happening and what's impacting our environment. We all know the danger that we face. And it's really not for us as much as it is for our future generation. And therefore, what is it that we're leaving behind for them is really what concerns me, and I'm sure that's what concerns each and every one of you. And while we do that, we have the challenge of balancing livelihood and ecology, and how we could do that by ensuring that proper laws come in. How do we do it by ensuring that different parallel livelihood options come in that are more sustainable? How do we ensure by bringing in new technology to minimize or mitigate the effects of climate change? All these aspects need to be thought of, and I'm sure that all of you are very competent enough to give those suggestions and discuss those matters. And therefore, the community participation, the youth participation will be very important. You'll be happy to know that we have a youth policy in the state, and the environment and climate change is a very, very important part, very important pillar of the youth policy that we have, where we intend to create different environment groups among the youth. So there are a lot of children and a lot of youth who want to do things for the environment, but they just don't know who to talk to. So we will, through this youth policy, provide a platform for somebody who wants to clean up rivers. So then he or she can actually connect with others who say, hey, I also want to clean rivers. Let's get together. Or somebody who wants to plant trees. Somebody wants to plant trees, but they just find themselves alone, and there's nobody else to do it. So summarizing our activities and making sure that there is coordination between them will help us to create music out of noise. If everyone does their own individual aspect and keeps doing their own part, then we'll have noise everywhere. We'll not have music. The music will come in when all these noises are brought in sync. Everything is institutionalized and then connected together. And that's really what we all are here to do. We are trying to create music out of the noise that is going on. And I'm not saying noise is bad. It's activity that you're doing with a great intention. But somehow, because of the absence of a common agenda, common goal, and defined roles and responsibilities, we're actually not able to achieve the actual output that we would be able to achieve if we were actually working together in coordination. And I'm presuming that this conference today is trying to take that one step forward in ensuring that we're able to achieve that. Now today, we heard this district council CEM from Garo Hills mention that in the CLEM project, the district councils were never involved. So therefore, it is an important issue. One has to realize that district councils are very important institutions in our society. And therefore, we need to include them. We need to ensure that our efforts are, coordinated. But at the same time, we also have to realize that every department and organization will do their part. And it's not always possible that in every process or every program we can be working together, but the objectives could be commonly put in. The roles, well, we are going to do this while district councils can do this. So please today, while we're discussing the different rules and the laws that have been made by the councils and the state government on how effective they have been, how practical and realistic they are in given today's world situation and the kind of situation we face, you need to look into all those aspects and maybe if necessary amend these laws so that there could be synchronization between the different aspects of what the councils do and what the state government and the other stakeholders should be doing. And I'm presuming that the Center of Excellence for Natural Resource Management and Sustainable Development will play a key role, and we have agreed to making this because we felt that there needs to be a platform, there needs to be a focal point where all these activities can be monitored, and as was mentioned by Mr. Swear, is absolutely correct. Why should we duplicate efforts? If for the same purpose, if district council has already done the homework, has already mapped all the spring sheds, has already mapped all the catchment areas, state governments don't need to again spend more resources on that. So therefore, an agency or a body was required to be able to bring all these aspects together. And I'm very happy that the Center of Excellence has been established, and I'm sure that it will play a very, very important role in ensuring that we are able to really take concrete action, and more importantly, whatever action we take will have maximum output if we are able to get our acts together and really bring the coordination between each other. A very important aspect which was mentioned, and this is my last point, is the participation of the community. And when we say this, I was watching one video, I can't remember which one it was, but I remember one person speaking. This was on environment aspects into climate change, as was mentioned by Mr. Sampat Kumar. This is a subject I'm very passionate about. In fact, last time when the donor minister, the Honorable Vice President was here, out of them, that the NEC should become a regional council for climate change also. Today, Meghalaya will have its policy. So similarly, when we're talking about district councils working with state government, it is important that Meghalaya's policy, Assam's policy, Manipur, Nagaland, and all the Northeast policies must be somewhere connected to each other. Certain common agendas we should have. Certain common not to do and to do things we should have. So we do need a regional committee because Northeast is one ecological zone. So we cannot say that Meghalaya zone is different from Assam, it's all connected. Therefore, NEC should play a very important role in bringing the different Northeast states together so that we have a concrete and more importantly, a unified agenda and program, at least in the areas we agree on, and try to move forward. So that's going to be very, very important. But why